OOPS concept in C++. The major purpose of C++ programming is to introduce the concept of object orientation to the C programming language. Object-oriented programming is an exemplar that provides many concepts. They are objects, classes, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction, encapsulation, dynamic binding, and message passing. Now I will explain the OOPS concepts in one by one in detailed way. Let's go for it. Objects. Objects are the basic runtime entities in your object-oriented system. Object is a physically existing one which contains data and function. Mainly, object is a real entity in the world. Object may represent a person, place, a bank account, a table of data, or any item that the program has to handle. They may also represent user-defined data such as vectors, time, and lists. Let us take an example for an object. The example is student. I already told that the objects contains data and function. The data for an object, the student, is name, date of birth, marks, and the functions are total, average, display. These are the two ways to represent an object. Second one in OOPS concepts is classes. Class is a logically existing one which contains a group of objects or collection of objects of similar type is known as class. Mainly, class is a blueprint of an object. Let's take an example for class. Here I take an example for class is fruit, which contains a group of mangoes, apples, oranges, and so on. And these are the collection of objects of similar type known as fruits. So you can easily say that the class is a blueprint of an object and it is a logically existing one. The third one in OOPS concept is inheritance. Inheritance is one of the most powerful features of OOPS. Inheritance is a process of creating a new class from the existing class. The new class inherits all the capabilities or the characteristics of existing class. Let me say an example for inheritance. The concept of inheritance is easily understood through an example itself. The example for inheritance that I take is the bird robin. It is a part of class flying bird, which is again a part of class bird. Here the bird is a base class. What is base class means? It is a class whose properties are inherited by another class, and it is also known as superclass or the parent class. The flying bird and non-flying bird are the derived classes. What is meant by derived class? It is a class that inherits the properties from the base class. It is known as subclass or the child class. The bird has the properties like feathers and legs, and these properties are inherited by flying bird and non-flying bird. And the flying bird and non-flying bird have the properties, and these properties are inherited from the base class, means the bird. Here the robin, swallow, or having the properties that are derived from the flying bird, means the derived class from the bird, the base class. And the penguin and kiwi having the properties that are derived from the non-flying bird, and non-flying bird have the properties that are derived from the base class bird. So the inheritance is a process by which objects of one class acquires the properties of object of another class. The inheritance is used to create a new class from the existing class. Means here the bird is a existing class and we will create a new class like flying bird and non-flying bird, and the flying bird is a existing class per suppose, and we can create the robin and swallow or the new classes or the objects, and the penguin and kiwi or the new classes from the existing class non-flying bird. So in OOPS concept, the inheritance provides the idea of reusability. The fourth one in OOPS concept is polymorphism. This is one of the most important feature of the object-oriented programming means OOPS. So let us see what is polymorphism. A polymorphism is a combination of two Greek words. What are those? Those are polymorphism. This polymorphism is divided into two: poly and morphism. Poly means many, morphism means forms. What it represents? Polymorphism means many forms. So one thing can be represented in many forms, that you call it as a polymorphism. So the functionality of this feature resembles with its name only. What its name? Polymorphism, many forms. So one thing can be represented in many forms. Let us take one example to explain polymorphism. If you take a person, let the person be yourself only. Suppose you are in a shopping mall, you behave like a customer. And if you are in a bus, you behave like a passenger. And if you are in a school, you behave like a student. And if you are at home, you behave like son or daughter. If you are a boy, you behave like a son. And if you are a girl, you behave like a daughter. Here one person means yourself is behaving like a customer, passenger, student, son or daughter. Means you are only one. You are representing in many forms. Here one person, he is acting like a customer, passenger, student and son or daughter. Means polymorphism, more than one function with the same name with a different working. Here you are with the same name but doing different works. You call it as a polymorphism. Means having an ability to take more than one form is called polymorphism. The fifth one in OOPS concepts is data abstraction. Abstraction refers to the act of represent essential features without including the background details or explanations. Let us take one real life example of a television or TV, which we can turn on, turn off, change the channel, adjust the value, and external components such as speakers, DVD players and so on. But we don't know its internal details. That is, we don't know how it receives the signals over the air or through a cable, how it translates them and finally displays them on the screen. It means it hides the implementation details while just presenting the features to the outside world. Data abstraction is a powerful technique, and the proper use of data abstraction will result in optimal, more readable and flexible program. The sixth one in OOPS concepts is encapsulation. The wrapping up of data or packing up of data and its functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Let us take an example for encapsulation. A car is having a multiple parts like steering, wheels and engine and so on, which binds together to form a single, that is car. So here multiple parts of car encapsulates itself together to form a single object, that is car. So packing of data and its functions into a single component known as encapsulation. The data is not accessible by outside functions. By using encapsulation, we can accomplish data hiding. Data hiding is a highly important characteristic. The seventh one in OOPS concept is dynamic binding. C++ provides facility to specify that the compiler should match the function calls with the correct definition at the runtime. It is called dynamic binding. The dynamic binding is associated with polymorphism and inheritance. Method overriding is a perfect example of dynamic binding. What is meant by overriding? In case of inheritance, when the base class and deriving class have a function with the same name, then the function of deriving class override the function base class, known as function overriding. And in overriding, both parent and child classes have same method, and in this case the type of object determines which method is to be executed. The type of object is determined at the runtime, so this is known as dynamic binding. The last one in OOPS concepts is message passing. An object-oriented program consists a set of objects that communicate with each other. The process of programming in an object-oriented language therefore involves the basic steps. First one, creating class that define objects and their behavior. Second one, creating objects from class definitions. Third one, establishing communication among the objects. Objects communicate with one another by sending and receiving information much the same way as people pass messages to one another. It represents message passing concept or the technique. Here employee is an object and the salary is message, and the name or how much salary it gives information. So objects communicate with one another by sending and receiving information the same way as the people pass messages to one another. Now I am going to tell about the easy ways to remember the OOPS concepts in one by one. First one, object. It's a physically existing one, real entity and instance of a class. Second one, class. Logically existing one and a blueprint of an object. Third one, inheritance. Process by which objects of one class acquires the properties of objects of another class. Fourth one, polymorphism. Different behaviors at different instances. Fifth one, data abstraction. Hiding irrelevance data. And the sixth one, encapsulation. Packing up of data into a single unit. These are the most important OOPS concepts. Friends, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.